Okay.
All right, welcome everybody. Shelly, please mute your device. You're joining us from Lynette's home here. This is Lynette. Hi. She is a longtime friend of mine from school, and she works in a school as well and has 2 little kiddos, so not so little anymore, I guess. Anyway, she has a lot of experience with oil, so she's going to share with us today what you use.
All right.
Okay, so take it away.
All right. Like Rebecca said, I am a mom, but I've also volunteered in the school for about 5 years. And then I started working in the school the last 2 years. And I love it, and I love the little kiddos. And I personally have an almost 10-year-old and an almost 8-year-old next month. So we've been dealing with a lot of things that have been happening in our school health-wise. And children are the gift that keeps on giving, and they bring home lovely sicknesses or illnesses or bugs that they've literally that they've gotten at school. So I have come up with a regimen that we do every single day, and this is just kind of what we do. So I'm just going to go through of how we can protect our kids as well as protect ourselves, because when they bring it home, they're also exposing us. So first, I'd like to talk about internal and external immune defense. And this is the biggest key to keeping your kids safe and healthy throughout the year. For our internal defense that we use, we're going to start off with our vitamins and every day. And I have a little bag that sits on our kitchen counter, and the kids come down in the mornings and they grab their bags and they get what they need. So they're going to take their vitamins, omegas, and then they grab a PB Assist, 1 a day. Super easy. They know their routine. It's easy and accessible for them to do. If you have older kids, the LLV, oops, sorry guys, is what we use. I use as well, but older kids that can take pills, or if your kids can take pills, those are the best. It gives all the vitamins and nutrients that they're going to need. I'm going to talk a little bit about the omegas. Omega is huge because we don't get a lot of it, and everybody is very deficient in it lately. All the studies that keep coming out, and especially our children. And omegas help our brain. They're vitamins for our brain. They're going to keep our kids focused at school. It's just massive brain support. So I highly encourage everyone to get their kids on omega, as well as PB Assist. And the more studies that keep coming out about gut health, we're finding out that most viruses and nastiness start in our gut. And if our gut's not healthy, it's going to affect our whole system. And this is true for us, as we had, our little girl has always had kind of some sort of stomach issues, and we fought it for about 6 years. And it got to the point where she was now getting sick every time that she ate. And it was really affecting school because she wasn't getting the nutrients that she had. And we actually went to a holistic doctor to find out that her stomach was so inflamed that all she needed was a probiotic and to fix her body. But there's a nerve that goes from your gut to your brain, and your gut is actually called your second brain. And it was so inflamed that it was literally affecting her brain. She couldn't focus. She said, "Mom, I could hear the teacher. I just can't write what the teacher is telling me to do." And it wasn't until our holistic doctor said, "Lynette, just get her on some probiotics." And that's when it clicked. So for the last 2 years, we've had her on probiotics, and it was a completely different kid within 3 days. Her teacher even noticed.
Wow. That's awesome.
She, like she can sit there and she actually did her work for an hour straight without having to take a break or refocus or anything. So we knew that this was a life changer for us, and the kids love these PB Assists. They taste like pixie sticks. I actually take one once in a while because I like them.
I like them too.
I just pop them. So if I could say anything, my thing would be please get your kids on probiotic, get them on vitamins and omegas, because when our gut is healthy, then our whole body is healthy. Let's see. So one other thing that we can do internally is take On Guard. So On Guard is our protective blend. It, as it says, protects us from viruses, protects us from illnesses. But if you are also starting to get sick, you can feel it coming on, or your child's starting to feel it coming on, it also will shorten the length of the, and I have somebody saying absolutely.
We just did that.
Yeah, like you have a cold, and some people are saying my cold lasts from anywhere 1 to 2 weeks, and we're looking at 3 days, you know, tops for a cold. So if your kiddos can take pills, this is great. If they can't, we have On Guard, which we diffuse all the time. And for little ones that they just can go and put it on directly, because this is our touch system, and put it straight on their feet, on their throats. If their throat's starting to hurt, the back of the neck, that's fine. So we love On Guard. There's our protecting throat drops. We eat these like candy when we're starting to get sick. They're constantly in our mouth, and most schools will allow kids to have them if they take them to the nurse's station and just say, I need a cough drop, because they're considered medicine. But we're lucky enough that our kids just can come to me during school, and I'll give them what they need. Let's talk a little bit about when your kids are getting sick. doTERRA is amazing for not only protecting our body, but when we are starting to not feel well, to do certain regimens. So not only On Guard start, but DDR Prime is amazing, and it actually what's the word I'm looking for? Protects our cells. It like rebuilds our cells, because with oils it penetrates the cell and heals from the inside out. And you know that your body is rejuvenating itself, it's healing itself. So DDR Prime is a go-to definitely when we are starting not to feel well. It comes in oil. We put them on the bottom of our feet and on the affected area, as well as taking pills. Let's see, what else are we going to talk about today? Focus. Again, our huge thing in our house was our daughter not being able to focus with school. But these kids are getting inundated constantly with everything that's going on around them. Homework is huge in our house. It's a problem every single day until we started diffusing. And we diffuse, this is the top 3 that we use: frankincense, frankincense, peppermint, and wild orange. And it is our focus blend that I have going. When the kids come home, we automatically get into homework, and it's able to let the kids come back to a grounded place and to focus. Sometimes if it's been a rough day emotionally or whatever, I also put balance or serenity into. But it just gets the kids to focus back into what they need to be doing as well. I always have a diffuser where they are studying, usually in the kitchen, so I can do whatever I need to do, but also help them. But they know that their routine again is to come in, the diffuser's go and sit down, and it brings them back down. In Tune is our focus blend, and every child is different. This works really well for a lot of kids, and other kids it doesn't work for our daughter, but that's okay because it works for our son. So he'll ask for this when he has a test, because he knows, or prepping for a test, because he knows that this is going to help him keep focused and not be distracted from the kids in his class or whatever is going on. So I highly recommend Intune. And then Wild Orange is kind of an anxiety depressor. And our little gal is very anxious at school, and it is a oil that she puts on herself or in her little diffuser necklace, which is right here, every single day. And she wears this knowing that it's gonna, her heart's not gonna beat fast whenever she gets overwhelmed as well. So, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. Emotions. Our kids are, not only do they have schoolwork, but they also they have so many emotions that are going on in our classes constantly, not just with friends or with their schoolwork or whatever the situation may be. And our wonderful friend doTERRA made a whole line of emotional oils for them. And I have some of them out, but the console and the passion and the cheer. And I use them a lot. Most of these bottles are 2/3 of the way gone, just because we do use them a lot. And it seems that girls have a higher emotional state, which is how we were created, which is great. But that also starts to play as they get older and they're crying a lot, which we are finding with, you know, our soon-to-be 10-year-old. And so the console is amazing. And she has the little bottle that she goes in the touch and she puts it on every day when she's upset, or the peace, or whatever the situation may be. But like I just said, the kids are just being thrown stuff all the time, and to have emotional support in the way of oils really, really helps us. And I mean, personally helps our family. I know a lot of families as well. So what I would highly recommend is be consistent with your oils. Have a routine. Have them in your kids' lives on a daily basis, if not more, because they will soon realize that these oils are going to help them a lot faster than anything else. And we would like to turn them to the natural way instead of feeding their little bodies with whatever else is out there. And so like I said, let your kids, I mean, for our kids, they're older, they're able to go in and pick what oils smell best to them. And right then is when I give her the freedom just to be like, sure, is that what your necklace needs today? And a lot of times she'll pick Balance. Sometimes she picks Whisper, which is her favorite oil right now. So we know that some maybe hormonal changes are starting to happen, which makes me really sad. Yeah. But she's picking Whisper, she's picking Cheer, but she knows that these things are going to help her, and it gives her not only self-confidence but reassurance. We had her Zyto scanned actually, and white fur came back, and white fur is a huge emotional oil for self-esteem. And she puts that on because it smells the best to her, so she'll put that on for her. And also we diffuse constantly at night, and I want to talk a little bit about sleep. Sleep has been a huge issue. Since she was 18 months old, she would wake up every single night and come into our room. And it wasn't until we started diffusing oils and putting them on the bottom of her feet and her spine, and actually on her temples, that she was able to relax. Her little mind settles, and she is now sleeping through the night. Hasn't wandered into our room in months. And the best blend that I have, we posted it online, or I emailed it, or we will post it online, is the sleep blend. But in that sleep blend, there's a lot of emotional oils too. If you look at, I mean, we have On Guard because we need to protect our bodies throughout the night, but also build up our defense. But we have lavender, and it calms our bodies, and her little brain just goes so fast. And so I would highly encourage you that if you are having problems sleeping, or your child is having problems coming down or trying to rest at night, that you try this blend. It's the sleep blend, or some call it Better Than Ambien or Liquid Ambien. There's a lot of different names out there, but my cousin actually just tried it for her son who's having a lot of problem sleeping, and they called immediately and said, "What is this?" Because he's asleep and he's sleeping.
This is weird.
And this, yeah, and it's unusual. And they asked, because we are from Colorado, if there was something special. But it was. But I just said, no, this is what we're using for M. It works. It calms her. It lets her fall asleep and stay asleep throughout the night. There are, let's see, there's a lot of things that that we could talk about with illnesses that we do. Upset stomach, we have digestin, which is an amazing oil for our stomachs. We have it in the touch. We have a new guest.
What up, people?
Marty, I'm Jamie time.
And our kids know that the digestin is going to be faster working than Tums or Pepto-Bismol or anything like that. And they'll ask for it immediately if they're starting to feel sick throughout the night. We take the tummy tabs, we call them tummy tabs, so the digest tabs, which are miracle workers in our family, that the kids will immediately say, "Mom, I'm going to throw up." We take one of those tabs and they don't throw up, and they actually feel fine to go to school the next day. So that's huge. Sore muscles. Lots of kids are in sports, and this little miracle worker, Deep Blue, is a godsend for all of us sports mamas who whose kids are saying, "I am super sore," and we put a little lid on it, and they're good to go. Also for aches and pains for our growing ones, this is huge when we put them on their legs or on the bottom of their feet. I had a little guy who is a pitcher, and he threw something like 8 innings and he's only 9, and he was like, "I can't even move my neck and my shoulder." And we started putting Deep Blue on him, and he to this day goes, "That stuff healed me." And he's like, "I can pitch again." And so that just makes you feel good, because these kids know that it's natural, it's gonna work, it's gonna help them, and they put their trust in that. Respiratory. So coming back to school, we have had a colds starting already, and sore throats, and I've heard of strep and pink eye already started in our school, and all this lovely stuff. So thankfully, we have an amazing oil called Breathe, and all the products that go along with Breathe. And of course, I don't have it out here right now, but we diffuse that at night. Yes, so I have my right here, stick. This is amazing for sinuses, for anything upper respiratory. Just put this on the bottom of your feet. Kids' feet, I put it on my chest. Some people put it underneath their nose. But since it's all natural, it's better than Vicks. And please don't ever use Vicks. The things that are in there, please just don't use the Breathe. We diffuse it at night as well. And again, upper respiratory stuff seems to dissipate within days instead of weeks. Cuts and scrapes, we have, I had to literally buy the Costco economy size pack of Band-Aids for my son to send him to school with, because he's so rough and tumble, and I know a lot of our kids are. That's just something great, because that means they're active. But for those cuts and those scrapes and those stitches and everything else that we deal with, Correct X is an amazing salve, basically, oil that we put on those things. It heals in a matter of days instead of, again, weeks or months. Skin irritations, we use melaleuca and lavender a lot. Randomly.
That's actually in the owie spray that we are raffling off. So yeah.
I got a call the other day from the nurse and said, "Hey, Emily is in the clinic. She has a weird rash all over her arm." And said, "Well, don't put anything on it. I'll be there some melaleuca and some lavender. Sure enough, within seconds it was gone. So I don't know if a weird spray was sprayed on her desk to clean it, or the wipes, you know, whatever it was. And it went from her shoulder, so she must have been laying like this, and that's what I think it was. So, again, it takes it away. It's natural. You're not putting anything foreign on your child. Lastly, I would highly recommend getting diffusers for your classrooms, your kids' classrooms, because they're having the diffusers at home. They're feeling good with them, and they're studying with them. They know that it's helping them relax. But diffusers in your classrooms are highly important. I know a lot of schools don't allow them, but my theory is always apologize instead of oh, I didn't know.
Easier to ask forgiveness.
Yes, it's easier to ask forgiveness than permission. So most times. So I, as a welcome back gift for our teachers, or even a Christmas gift or whatnot, I always give a diffuser, and then I make up a little concoction in empty bottles of I do peppermint and wild orange for focus. I do On Guard. I do rosemary, which is also another great focus oil, and then I do balance, because these kids are going and sometimes they don't get out and exercise as much as they need to, and so it helps them bring them all down. And it's amazing to see these kids that are just like going constantly, and they come in a classroom where that oil is being diffused, and they just literally level out. I mean, you can just see it right before your eyes, and these kids are ready to focus after lunch, and they're ready to focus after their specials or their recess. So I can give that out to if anybody is interested. But your teachers really appreciate it. Emily had a little teacher, little Emily had a teacher one year, and I gave her a diffuser, and she started diffusing it, and within 2 years, she hasn't had one sinus infection, where she had a chronic sinus infection for many, many years. And she knows it's due to the oils. So she now diffuses constantly in that room, and now my little guy is in her class, and we love her to death. The classroom I work in, we have a diffuser in there. I gave one to the teacher I worked with last year. She diffuses. So eventually we'll get everybody in our school diffusing, but
and then you'll have to move on to the middle school.
and then we'll have to move on to middle school. But like our SPED teachers also have one in their little classroom as well, because with all the research that's coming out with the olfactory and the recall and the memory recall, and a lot of emotions are going on in our schools for these little kiddos. So they know that these oils are only helpful, and I'm so thankful that our school, allows our teachers to do this. So diffusing constantly it's going to help your kids. Getting your internal health is going to only help your kids. Your external. Let your kids pick their oils. What they smell, what they like, is super important, because their body might need that, and I think that's a telltale sign of what their bodies are desiring and what their bodies are needing. It gives them a little bit of freedom too. Like I said, Emily wears her little necklace every day. She puts oils on in the morning, and she knows that it helps her throughout the day. We'll also send her with peace, a bottle of peace for her anxiety during tests, as well as some balance. These diffuser bead bracelets are amazing for kiddos too. If your kids, older, they're more fashionable. These are amazing as well. So there's lots and lots of blends for your kids, from anywhere from protective or preventative for lice. We use that a lot. We just put it in our shampoo bottle, a new shampoo bottle, and put clove and melaleuca, 1 drop of each per ounce. Shake it up, and I'm happy to say our children have not had lice in the last 5 years. So it is a big concern in these schools. But again, we're protecting our kids. I've also heard of of people putting On Guard, rubbing it on their hands and then rubbing it in their kids' hair as well. And that helps as a preventative as well. But also kids around them are reaping the benefits of smelling that as well. And, so I also am making On Guard spray for our classrooms for the teachers that want to have it, because it is known that Lysol wipes and Clorox wipes do not kill all the viruses, even though they claim that they kill a lot of them. That fungus and viruses just continually grow on these kids' desks. But the On Guard spray kills so much more than the other Lysol wipes do. So make a bottle for your teachers. Buy the On Guard protective cleaner. It makes hundreds of bottles, the spray bottles, and just grab one for your teacher. And here, this will help keep your kids sick. One thing we have noticed since we just started diffusing, our illness absentees have gone tremendously down. 1 year, we would have at least one absent a day, and then once we started diffusing, then it was only 1 week, and then only 1 a month. And
That's awesome.
yeah, and you could just see it, like this. This is really protecting our kids, even though most of them are not getting it at home. They're getting it here, where they spend a majority of their day. So these teachers are amazing and saying, well, I don't want to get sick, but I need these kids to be here too, and helps them learn and whatnot. Also, our grades shot up, and by a whole grade level. So kids that were doing B's and C's were making A's and B's, and just because of the diffusing while they were studying in class, and then in turn diffusing the same things, and that olfactory process just recalled it, and they were able to sit and focus and get their jobs done. So that's huge too, when you just physically see the difference that oils actually make in your kids' lives. So we have a great class where we can make all back to school blends, and if there's enough interest, we'll have a class soon, a take and make, where we can do these oils and these blends and help your kids throughout the year. So I think that's about it. If anybody is interested, the majority of everything that I talked about is in the Family Essentials Kit, and I would highly, highly recommend it. If you aren't a doTERRA member yet, to get one of these. I wish I would have from the very beginning. I know Christine says the exact same thing, because we highly rely on these oils that are in here, especially the oregano when you're not feeling well, which is my husband, my lifesaver, as Rebecca knows.
Ooh, tell your story about your husband and shower and On Guard after the shower.
Oh, okay. So
this is something not to do.
This is not to do. So my husband wasn't feeling well, so we decided to get a hot shower, and I had just started with oils, and I was like, oh, I have something for you. It's going to make you feel wonderful. And he's like, okay, what is it? I was like, it's On Guard, so just put it on your throat and put it on the back of your neck. Well, heat, as we all know, opens up your pores, and On Guard has cinnamon in it, which is a hot oil, and I didn't dilute it because we need to get better now. And
time for you.
Tears were starting to form in his eyes,
Oh
and
my
he's like,
gosh.
"Get it off, get it off, get it off!" And I was like, "I don't know." So we're using soap, and it was not the greatest. So my friends, learn from my mistakes. Do not put On Guard that from this bottle on your husband's or children, or
Fresh out of the shower.
Because
If you do something like
yeah,
that, don't try to wash it off with water.
Right.
Use
Coconut oil. Yep.
Or
To
even milk,
dilute it.
guys. Just milk.
Yeah.
Just dump that milk with coconut oil on.
Milk.
A milk bath. A milk bath. It's good for your skin. Yes. So again, word to the wise, please. And especially for our little ones, their skin is so much more sensitive. Please dilute your oils. My kids are pretty tough, and they are able just to do most of them without diluting. But there are hot oils, and please make sure that you dilute.
When in doubt, dilute.
When in doubt, dilute. That's why our touch system is amazing, because the kids can go straight to them and know that it's going to happen. So.
All right, I'm going to jump
Okay,
in.
jump in.
And so Lynette was talking about a few, do you have the other sheet?
Yes.
She created these little documents that are great with diffuser blends and some I think the other one has rollerball remedies, right?
Yeah.
Or is that diffuser too?
Diffuser and roller bottles. Like
This one, I'm sorry, is immunity, focus, emotions, and then some basics like upset stomach, sore muscles, a lot of what she talked about.
Right.
And then this one is diffuser blend. So we will post these to the Facebook, the event page, so that you all can get your hands on these. So these are great little guides, and she made them adorable and cute, so the kids will be attracted to them too. The little roller balls that she was saying, the make and take ones. So these are things like cough, bruise, focus blend, flu bomb. These are ones that are mixed with coconut oil. So just like we were talking before, the dilution is key for kids, and roller bottle is easy. If you've got your stuff mixed up already in a roller bottle and ready to apply just with a few swipes, you're going to use it more often. And that's what we want. We want it to be convenient so that you use it more often. The touch line that Lynette was talking about, a lot of these bottles, if you have a wholesale membership, you can just search for the touch products. The standard oils and then the emotional oils are both in touch. And these are great. I keep these actually in my diaper bag, so I can just whip them out easily when the kids are having meltdowns, or if one of them gets sick, or they got into the toilet in the public restroom, or whatever it might be. So let's oil them down before we go anywhere. So these are mixed with coconut oil, and doTERRA actually has a scientific method of how to dilute which ones need more dilution, which ones need less. So they're actually properly diluted. So you can keep buying those over and over again, or I am, like, my kids are a little bit tougher as well. I just refill my touch bottles, add some coconut oil, add a little bit of the regular oil, and then just keep making them over and over again. So the emotional oils, those are these guys right here. Those it's the 6 oils. They come in a kit themselves, just the plain oil, and then they also come in a touch kit. So it's great to have both. But if you're going to go with one, I'd go with the actual oil bottles. You can put them in the diffusers then, and then you can mix up your own roller bottle. So coconut oil, that's this guy. So doTERRA has fractionated coconut oil. The fat is spun out of it so that it's a liquefied form. Great, easy to use. You can get that stuff really anywhere as well. Okay, the vitamins. So this is the kids vitamin set with the omegas and the multivitamins. You can buy this in a set, or you can buy them separately. With the multivitamins, the Lifelong Vitality Pack, this is a special that's going on this month, so I want to talk about this real quick. If you don't have a wholesale membership, you can enroll with one. There's a point system with doTERRA, dollars per points on oils. It's pretty much straight across the board, but basically if you enroll with 100 points worth, and then you place an order next month, it's a loyalty rewards order next month, which we can dive more into this if you're interested. Just reach out to the person who invited you to this class. 100 in enrollment this month, 100 next month in October, and you'll get this vitamin pack for free. So this, do you know the retail on this? I think it's like 94 or something.
Yeah, it's around that.
Yeah, 94 retail.
93.50, I think is what it is. I'm not sure.
And it's
But that's
79
only if you
wholesale.
do it. If you bought all of those individually, it's well
Yes,
over 100.
it's well over 100 if you buy all the bottles individually. As a pack and a wholesale membership, you get it for $79. A lot of people break this into 2 months.
I do.
So do half dose, yeah. And you can kind of just decide what your body needs, what works for you. If you feel like you're getting enough with half dose, if you feel like you need a little bit more, great, add a little bit more. So if you spread it over 2 months, you're looking at like 35-ish, 40 a month. So now with this, when you have a wholesale account, this is going to sound a little bit messy, but I want to just explain it really quick so that you can see how wholesale accounts, you can really stack savings. So with this, when you buy it on your loyalty rewards orders, and that is a monthly order, you decide how much you want, when you order throughout the month, no requirements except for you need to order one item. And you don't need to do loyalty rewards if you have a wholesale account. So just to be clear, you can order whenever you want, or you can do loyalty rewards. But when you order this on loyalty rewards, you can pick this kid set up for $20. It's 20, right? I think it's 20. There are 5 or 6 items that you can add onto your vitamin set that can sort of customize your vitamins. So adding the kid set on for another 20 on top of yours is a great deal. It's a great way to save. And then just throw your PV Assist as an extra item in your cart. Now, Shelly, you're going to need to help me with the number. If you were to order your loyalty rewards, on loyalty rewards, your vitamin set for an entire year, when you're on loyalty rewards, you earn points back off of what you order. And so just by ordering only the vitamins, $234 or points is what you would earn back that you can then cash back in for free items. And that's just using vitamins. That's not if you want an oil, you want a deep blue rub, nothing like that. So there's a ton of ways to save. If you don't have a wholesale account, just get with who invited you. We can break it down for you, show you the ordering options, show you why it's a benefit, how you can earn free oils, that kind of thing. So I think that was it. Let's do some drawing. Okay, can we use your little bag here for that? So grab the tickets that are at the end. Nope, I'm sorry, the other end.
Did Jamie get a ticket?
Yes.
Hey.
No.
By the way, I want to add, this is such an awesome thing to have your kids
Yeah, this is the
empowered
bag.
that they take their own stuff. This is good parenting and
Yeah.
good health. This is something I think a lot of people could learn from, because these kids are then going to go on and take care of their health. So good
Yeah.
job, Lynette. I think that is
Yeah,
really awesome.
Lynette's good at implementing great organizational tools and ease, things to make life easier. So
I'm all about that.
yes.
Awesome.
Okay,
Okay,
dip your little hand in there and pull one out.
Christine!
I'm gonna do the blues blend.
Oh,
Let me toss
so
it.
that bruise blend, let me tell you, my son
You have that over here.
is constantly getting bruised.
So cypress, frankincense, and lavender mixed with some coconut oil is what's in there.
And then, so we put that on there a lot, especially like right before pictures when your child has like knocked himself upside the face and given himself a nice black eye the day before. And so that works amazingly well. Or if you run into a table where you don't even remember and you have a big old bruise on your leg
I do that a lot.
or arm and you need it to go away very quickly, that blend it works amazingly.
Good for pain too. I had somebody that's the only one that had and had sore knees and totally took that for
Lavender.
Mary!
Okay, Mary, you get Stuffy Nose Blend. She's online. We'll get this passed to you.
Yay, Mary.
So Stuffy Nose Blend has lime and the respiratory blend in it, which is brie. So this is a great one for, let's
I'll do it right
because we're gonna have to, we have enough that we're gonna have to draw again.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go for a lavender body butter. Let's do this.
Kimmy!
Lavender body butter. Yay! Can you pass that along?
Yep.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay. Thanks, friend.
Well, wait, we might need that
Wait,
ticket
what's
back.
Kimmy's last name?
She knows.
Oh, it's your Kimmy then. Okay. Yeah, Kimmy.
You're Kimmy. Okay, so we need your ticket back because we have to draw again.
We're drawing again.
Well, no, not everybody. Draw. Everybody gets one item first, and then we.
Oh.
Yeah. Kara. Okay. Oh, we're gonna do this one. Belly blend. So in the belly blend is digestive blend, which is Digest Done, and wild orange.
Who knew? Wild orange is a great detox for your system as well as the whole anxiety thing that we talked about. My kids go straight for that one every single time. Okay. Are you sure, Jimmy? I don't see your name in here.
Where did I put the? Oh wait, what's your number? 6039? Okay, here. I put it in the wrong pile.
Jamie, you won twice.
Yay! Well, everybody probably won twice. Okay, yeah,
The body butter, lavender.
Jamie!
Jamie!
Wait, there's one more in here.
There's one more.
Okay, so we have
It's like the only one left, so
Wow!
Yeah.
Let's do a lip balm. So this is peppermint and wild orange lip balm in a little
Yay.
bisque thing.
Kim P.
Okay, Kim Peterson. We're gonna have a hard
we'll bring
time.
her to
We
convention.
need little notes or something to. This is who is this one again?
Kara.
Kara and Kim Peterson. Do you have a little piece
And
of
then you
paper?
have Mary's ticket under her bottle at the front.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna put them all back in again. Okay, so we're gonna go for owie spray. So this is the one that
We use this a lot.
Lynette was talking about earlier. This is Mary. This is Kim Peterson.
And Kara. So let me tell you about the Owie blend. We do a lot of road rash with biking accidents, stitches, really everything in our household. And we just spray it directly on there, and the heal time, even doctors, especially with Ethan's, he had a really, really deep laceration that needed internal and external stitches. And the doctor was amazed how well that it had healed just within a couple of days of getting his stitches.
So this is lavender and melaleuca in some distilled water in a spray form, which is fantastic for those scrapes. They don't want you touching it. Correct X is a great one too for owies and cuts and scrapes. That's listed in.
Yep.
You have Correct X listed on the sheet. But this is
Yeah.
a good one for. I actually keep this in my purse or my bag, so if we're out and about. Well, I have Correct X too.
This is the size that we use.
Oh, okay.
for
Well,
the
there
Owie
you go.
blends.
Okay, so draw someone for owie blend.
Jamie!
Yeah.
Yay! Around that door.
Okay, and then we'll do another lip balm. Do you have a lot of use for owie blend in your house?
Kim P. She does have twins and
Oh, we don't want to give Kim Peterson another.
here, let's give her this.
Okay,
Hand sanitizer.
there we go. You're gonna need that at convention anyway.
Thousands of ladies.
Oh wait, let's put that down here. Okay, so we have 3 lip balms left. So let's.
Okay, here we go.
Who are our winners? Kimmy. Okay. Wait, we have.
That's
Oh, yeah. Kara. Okay. Everybody's gonna end up with 2. Christine. Oh, Christine. Oh, Mary only got 1. I'll make you up another lip balm.
Her, I can give her something.
Oh. Are these yours?
Yeah, these are mine.
Well, don't hand out there. We'll make up another blend. I have
This
more
I'm
blends.
Carsick is the best.
What's
one.
in this one? Oh, it doesn't say. Oh. You have to look at the recipe
I have to look
sheet.
at the recipe. I know for sure wild orange is in there. And I think
Maybe
Digestion.
digestion.
and ginger.
Oh.
So I hope it's okay to say Kim, that's on Kim Peterson.
Yeah.
Last time she flew, she used just Digest Zen and totally changed her flight experience.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it worked really well for her.
Wait, was she spraying the other people beside her?
I think, I'm not sure.
Try
if
just
she's gonna
rolling
roll
it on or
I think she
something.
just put it on her
Yeah.
thing.
All right.
All right,
Well,
so
do we? Let me see if we have questions. Do a chat if you guys have questions. Okay. All right. Thanks everyone for coming. We're gonna stop the recording. Enjoy your day. They're all still on. Okay, thanks guys. I appreciate it. We'll get, yep, we can get all these gifts off to every one of you. Thanks, Kim. I'll see you Tuesday. Yeah, do you like that? Oh, I might still be recording actually.